kids. Today I am talking 2023 spring break travel essentials with kids. So I'll go over some cool luggage I found, some cool travel hacks, storage containers for suitcases, boredom busters, sleepwear, essentials for swimming, you name it, we're talking about it. Some spring break travel essentials with kids. I'll go over a little bit of everything, some things I found on Amazon. I have links and everything at madebykidsco.com. So if you have any questions about anything I'm showing in the video, you can check that out on the website. I will put the link in the show notes so you can head over there and check it out for yourself. But everything I'm talking about today will be there. Thanks so much for watching. Let's jump in. I'm basically going to go over everything by category. So you'll see luggage, boredom busters, sleepwear, everything's going to be divided up by categories, and I'll just talk a little bit about everything. And then, like I mentioned, on the site, you can find the links to everything I show, and we'll get into it. These are just some of my favorite little things. Most of everything is from Amazon. First up, we have the Amazon Fire tablet for kids. No judgments here. If you need a tablet, an iPad, something like that, I think that is totally within scope on a road trip or a plane trip. It doesn't have to be, bad for you television. It could be a game, it could be a movie, it could be an art activity. There's so much good kid content that can be found on a Kindle or an iPad. This is also more durable than an iPad and way less expensive. So that's why it's making it on our list. Just something to give them a little downtime, a little screen time when you need it in the car or a plane. Definitely number one on my list. Next up is a big book of seek and find. So the kids can look around and find something. There's almost 1,000 fun things to find and seek in this book. So it's awesome. I have the link on the site. There's just plenty to keep them busy. It's something you can all do together. They can do with siblings in the back seat or in their row on the plane. Just something when you want them off a screen to keep them busy, keep them from running down the plane aisle or whatever you need. It's fun and everyone will get into it. On that same note, this is a kids' vacation journal. And I just think it's so cool that kids who can write or kids who can draw, even if they can't fully write yet, can kind of journal what they're doing, where they're going, what you guys have plans, what they did that day, and they can keep a journal the whole vacation. And it's something they can definitely do, in between in the rental car or from stop to stop or on a long road trip on the plane. They can pull it out of their bag and kind of journal and keep track of everything they've been doing. Somewhere they can also add pictures later. I just think it's a cool little memento from the trip and also something to keep them from getting bored on the plane or in the car, and something really fun that they could be doing the whole time. I think journaling is great just in general. Then the Wikki Stix. These are basically, you can make anything you want out of these, anything you can think of. It's kind of like a fidget, and they're wax and they're bendable. So kids can spend hours on these just making different shapes. You can make imagine it like a balloon animal, but they're these little sticks. They come in the container, so it's easy to pick up. It's not messy, besides them kind of, splaying out on the airplane tray or in the car. But once you pick them up and just put them back in the container, they are pretty self-contained. And it's, again, something you can do with them. They can do themselves. They can do with siblings. Bend them, mold them, get their creative juices flowing. I think these are so fun for either a road trip or an airplane trip. Next, these little flashcards, same thing. They're contained, they're not messy. It has a water pen, so when you write on the little open space, they can draw an apple. A is for apple, for example. They can draw, they can doodle, they could write, and then it's a little flashcard. They could go through and quiz their little brother or sister, quiz you. Just something to keep them busy, not super messy, very self-contained, and it's tiny. You can fit it in a backpack, fit it in a carry-on, fit it in their little travel bag. And it's good for all ages, whether you want them to write the letter, trace the letter, write the word, or just draw. A toddler who's just learning to draw or learning their letters, all the way up to a first or second grader who's still learning how to spell, learning how to read and write. moving on to luggage, we have the spinner. I put a spinner on here. I know there's some debate in terms of traveling with multiple kids, especially. Do you just do 2 large suitcases for everyone so they don't have to carry their own? Do you let them carry their own? Do you do a ride-on? Do you fit it on a carry-on? Checking. You could go on and on debating this, but for me, I like to get them their own suitcase, keeps everything kind of separate. I also found that it kind of keeps them busy to like drag it and carry it through the airport, but I went small, so you could kind of go almost think like disposable suitcase. As tiny as you can go so that if you do end up schlepping it while carrying your toddler to the airport, it's not so huge. You can also clip these to like a bigger suitcase. So I just put hooks on them all so they could all hook to my husband and I's suitcases or the stroller, and we can drag them through the airport, or they're small enough for car travel. But if you want to slow them down or keep them busy, they can carry these themselves. They can push them through the airport and pull them themselves. So it's kind of a combination. It's little enough to hook on, but they can also carry or pull these themselves. And it's nice to kind of have their own space to keep things organized and put all their own little stuff together. So I went with the combo approach. A light enough suitcase you could carry if you need to and they need to, but also their own suitcase. So even the little cloth fabric ones are nice for that because they're so small. If you need to just clip them on or connect a bunch of suitcases, get yourself to the airport, do what you need to do, that's totally okay too. So that's why these are on the list. Like I said, they're small enough. They come in all different colors and they're on the site if you need the link. Okay, these are little travel cubes. So everything in the bag can organize your suitcase. So there's different sizes for different size clothes, sweaters, pants, etc. Underwear bags. There's a laundry bag, a shoe bag, little snack bags, sock bags, all different little bags to organize everything in your kid's suitcase. I was a doubter of these, and then I realized these are amazing, and they keep everything organized together. You don't have to fumble through and kind of like the kids don't shake everything out of the suitcase, to find the t-shirt they need for the day. I'm a big fan of these. They will just keep everything organized while you're traveling for you, your kids, your spouse. Love these. They come in different colors. There's different sizes and there's different variations of these, but I just like this one. It's got a couple little bags, the laundry bag, and the different size bags for all the different clothes. Then on the same bag note here, this is a little like toiletry bag for kids. They do come in different patterns. This is the Dino one. And you see the little loop there on the end. You could clip it on the outside of the suitcase if you wanted to use it for art supplies or craft supplies or little fidgets for the plane. But it's technically a toiletry bag, but it has multiple uses, of course, just to keep all their little stuff together, toothpaste, mouthwash, floss, stuff like that. Just keep it all together. If they have any medicines or creams or anything like that they need, diaper rash cream, a couple diapers, you could clip it to the diaper bag, whatever age or stage you're in. I think these little toiletry bags are nice just for keeping everything together. It's a little bit of an upgrade from a Ziploc bag, which I also do often use, but these are just a little nicer. Something to keep you all organized. And it is nice that they do clip, so you can put it on the outside of the suitcase, clip it to a backpack if you want to use it for markers or something like that. And then the same goes with this one. I love this. It reminds me of like a Letterman's jacket with the little fuzzy letters that say travel. And then it's clear on the inside. So it's just pink and clear, and I think it's so cute and girly, and I just think it's so fun. You could put scrunchies, hairbrushes, hair accessories, hairspray, whatever you need to travel. If it's toiletries, hair supplies, again, you could use it for art supplies. And with the handle, it can also clip to a backpack or the outside of a suitcase. They can even carry it. They can take it out of the suitcase and use it for a day trip or something like that. Multiple uses. Swim goggles, sunscreen, you name it. It fits a lot in here. And because it's clear, it's kind of nice. You can see everything and see what's in there. I just think it's so cute. And just something fun, even as like a gift to celebrate going on the trip. I love this little guy and I want one for myself. I think they're adorable. Sticking to the organization theme, these are amazing. They have the different days of the week and they're just little pouches. What's cool about this is if you have 1 kid, 6 kids, You could get them each a set, or let's say you have 2 kids. You could easily fit 2 children's outfits in each day bag. So Monday, for example, you have your son and daughter's outfit or your twins' outfit, whatever it is. You can separate them by day and then just lay them flat in the suitcase. So you don't have to guess what day's what, especially like on a Disney trip. Let's say you have a themed outfit, one day you're doing Animal Kingdom, the next day you're doing Magic Kingdom. You can have them all separated and organized in here. It's great for parents of multiples, even great for an only child. It's just having it organized so that you know what day is what. Really, the options are limitless here. Like I said, 1 or 6 kids, even for yourself. You can just roll up the outfit, put it in here, and you can do a complete outfit. Underwear, socks, undershirt. Do everything you need in there, and the kids can grab it. It's Tuesday, grab your Tuesday bag, you stack them in order. There's no guessing, again, no rummaging. It just really keeps everything organized and together. And then when you're done with the day, you just put it back on the bottom of the pile, and you can put the dirty clothes in your little laundry organizer from the other set. I just think it's so nice to stay organized on vacation and not have all the clothes all over the place. Next up are headphones. And these are different than just regular headphones. These are great if you or your child or siblings want to share a screen. It has a little splitter. So 2 headphones can go into one device, which is nice if the kids want to share. There's no fighting. You can put on one show and they can watch it together. Maybe you've just downloaded stuff on one tablet and then the other tablet has like a game or something. It's just nice that you can split it if you want, but then they can also go into their own device. So of course, if there's fighting over screens, they can have their own device. But if you want the splitter and you want them to share, it comes with the splitter. So you don't have to buy a separate accessory. And then the little things on the side are nice to kind of like hook them to something. Again, I'm all about the hooks so that everything stays together and you're not losing little pieces. You can wind up the cord pretty nicely, and they're soft and they come in fun different colors so everyone can pick their favorite. Moving on to swim. Oftentimes on spring break, you're swimming, even if it's a cold destination, there's probably an indoor pool or something like that. So some beach towels, pool towels, hotels will definitely provide these, but sometimes you're staying at an Airbnb, you just want your own. They're nice for packing in the car, especially if you're going on a road trip somewhere that you just want to bring your own towels. Everyone gets their own color. Every kid knows what color is theirs. They can kind of stick to it. They're big, so they'll definitely do a good job of drying off, but they're light, so they're not so bulky that you can't pack them. And then buying them for a trip, it's not like you'll never use them again. They're great beach pool towels to just keep at home. Freshen them up for spring break. So love those towels, come in a 4-pack. Then family matching swimsuits. Say whatever you want. If it's corny, I think it's adorable, and I will do it until my kids don't want to do it anymore. This is a cute little stripe set. There's some for girls, some for boys. There's shorts. The mom swimsuit is a 1-piece, which I enjoy. The girls has a cute little ruffle on it, and they come in all different colors. And then you order them individually, so you make your own set. If you just want, you want 2 mom suits and a daughter suit. If you want a dad, and then a baby girl suit, it's fully customizable for your own family. And you buy them each individually. So you can buy as many girl, boy, man, male suits as you would like. Whichever one you prefer, you can mix and match there and just buy them individually. I think it's just fun. Makes a cute little memory of all of you in your matching suits on your spring break trip. This little bag, it doesn't necessarily have to be for Disney, but how adorable is this for a Disney trip? I want one for myself. It's mesh and see-through on the top and on the sides, so if any wet stuff gets in there, like goggles or swim toys, a towel, they can breathe, they can dry, and then it's all wipeable, so it's kind of like a plastic material inside. It's got a little front pocket too. You can put, sunscreen, water bottle on the side. It's great for the pool, great for the beach, because it's easy to clean, wipeable, it dries quickly, and it's a little backpack, so they could put it on and carry it themselves. You're not schlepping, a ton of bags. This is easy. It's light. Once again, if you need to clip it on a bigger bag, you can do it. It's light enough that they can carry their own bag and keep their own things organized. But if you end up carrying all of the things from the pool or the beach, which often happens with tired kids on vacation, it's not so heavy that you have to, carry all these bags and have a lot of weight. I just think it's so cute, especially for a Disney trip. This is a little travel pillow. It does have a little hook on top and buttons at the bottom, so you can hook it to a suitcase, to a spinner, to the handle, to a backpack, whatever. It just keeps their little head comfortable. I know sometimes I have a paranoia when they're sleeping in the car where their head kind of like goes forward or they're sleeping on the side. So this is kind of nice. Even if they don't use it to fall asleep, you can kind of slip it around their neck once they do fall asleep, and just keeps their head in a safe position, keeps them comfy. Nice for the airplane to help them fall asleep. It's always nice when a kid falls asleep on an airplane if you need them to and want them to. And this just makes them a little cozy. They might even get a little excited about taking an airplane nap when they have their fun new pillow. They come in all different characters. That was the dinosaur. This is the unicorn. You can see there's like a shark one, a dragon, looks like an avocado. So they come in cute little colors. They do have a hook, and they easily button to the bottom, like I said. So it's not something else you need to carry. It's easy to clip on to other things. And it's great for the airplane or a car trip, either or. And it's something they'll use forever. So you can keep it for a while, not just for this trip. Keep it for other road trips, even to grandma's house, whatever. It's just their new kind of travel car pillow. So even if it's beyond spring break, I think these are handy and useful to keep in the car, but super fun for a new trip. Staying on the sleep note, these little bundles, they fold all into each other. So, and then that pillow's got the handle. So everything is nice and compact. But when you want a blanket and a pillow separate, these are a good set. They're portable and light and tiny enough, but still cozy and fluffy and soft. They come in different colors. I'll show you the blue now, and then the pink is next. What's nice about this is if you're going on a road trip in the car, you want to get them a new pillow, a new blanket, just to make it special, help them sleep. This might be maybe their first long road trip in a car. So something just kind of special to mark the occasion, anything to help them sleep when you need them to, especially on a long road trip. I just think it's fun to kind of get a new little pillow and blanket set. These are also small enough for the plane, and you can fit them in the suitcase when you're done with them because they do all fold into each other. And with a nice little handle, everything kind of folds in, and then you can just clip that handle on the pillow right to a suitcase or a backpack. Like I said, all about clipping in, fitting everything in, staying organized. So it works for the plane, it'll work for the airport, it'll work for a car trip, train ride, whatever you need. And they're machine washable. So after all the plane germs and everything, you can pop them in the washer when you get home or in your Airbnb. Easy to wash, easy to clean, fluffy and soft enough that they're cozy, but not so bulky that you can't pack them and it's like one more thing to carry. So I just think these are comfy and sweet, and if it helps the little one sleep, I'm all for it. Again, they do come in different colors. They roll up easily, available on Amazon, and the link is also on our site. I believe they might actually only come in the blue and the pink, but there could be other colors on Amazon as well. So you can choose your favorite. Then staying on the sleep note, family matching pajamas, also corny but adorable. These are kind of silky, they're light, they're just neutral pajamas. They do come in different colors. I think they're cute for everyone, the whole family. They come in all different sizes, and again, you can mix and match, so you buy them individually. So if you need 6 children's sizes, 2 parent sizes, 1 parent size, 1 child size, you can customize to fit your family and whatever sizes you need. They're so soft and comfy. They're light. They won't take a ton of room in your suitcase. It's great, especially if you're going somewhere warm and you don't want a bunch of bulky pajamas to take up too much room in your suitcase. They're light, they're cool, easy to pack, so comfy and cute, and you have to take a picture in them when you get to your hotel or your Airbnb and you're cozy on your first night in your cute and corny family matching pajamas, because it's adorable and you should, and you won't regret taking the picture. So that pretty much wraps up everything from Boredom Busters to swim to sleep to travel hacks and essentials. Everything you find on our site, madebykidsco.com. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Head to the site if you need any of the links and anything that you see here.